In this video, you will learn how to calculate anchor winch capacity. Many people think an anchor winch only needs to lift the weight of the anchor. But in real marine operations, pulling an anchor out of the seabed requires much more force. This presentation explains what forces act on an anchor during recovery, how to calculate the required winch line pull, and demonstrates a step-by-step tugboat example aligned with international marine standards. What does an anchor winch really need to overcome? When a tugboat heaves up its anchor, the winch must overcome four main forces. The biggest mistake is ignoring seabed resistance. In soft clay or mud, the breakout force can be 2 to 4 times the anchor weight. Submerged weight of anchor. Steel becomes lighter underwater due to buoyancy effects. Submerged weight of chain. Chain weight acts directly on the winch during recovery. Seabed breakout resistance. Caused by mud suction, clay embedment, or sand friction. Dynamic and safety factors. Accounts for shock loads and equipment wear. Example tugboat data. Let's take a realistic harbor tugboat example to demonstrate the calculation process. Anchor type. Stockless anchor. Anchor weight. 2,000 kilograms, in air. Chain size. 46 mm stud link. Chain weight. 48 kilograms per meter, in air. Water depth. 30 meters. Chain paid out. 90 meters. Seabed condition, soft clay or mud, this will significantly impact our calculations. Steel becomes lighter in seawater due to buoyancy. For steel, submerged weight is approximately 87% of air weight. Multiply the anchor weight to 87%, so you will get the weight of anchor underwater. So even before suction, the anchor still weighs 1.74 tons underwater. Same thing we need to do with chains. The chain weight acts directly on the winch during recovery and must be calculated for the total length paid out. Chain weight in air. 48 kilograms per meter times 90 meter equals 4,320 kilograms. Apply buoyancy factor. 4,320 times 87% equals 3,760 kilograms. Now we will get the submerged chain weight, which is 3,760 kilograms load on winch. Anchor breakout force. Most important. This is where most failures happen. For soft clay or mud, empirical marine practice uses a multiplier of 1.5 to 2.5 times the submerged anchor weight. Using a conservative value of 2.0. This value we will multiply to 1,740 kilograms, which is the weight of anchor underwater, and we will get the value of 3,480 kilograms. This force comes from mud suction, soil shear resistance, anchor embedment. Now, we will add all forces together to determine the total static load the winch must overcome. By adding this submerged anchor, submerged chain, and breakout force, we will get the total static load, which is 8,980 kilograms. That's nearly 9 tons of static load. And we're not done yet. Apply safety and dynamic factor. International marine practice requires safety margins to account for dynamic loading, shock during breakout, friction losses, and equipment wear. We will use 1.5 safety factor, this is industry standard multiplier. Multiply the safety factor to static load and we will get the required capacity. Final winch requirement. Minimum required. 14 tons of continuous line pull capacity. Recommended selection. 15 to 20 ton anchor winch for practical operations. This ensures reliable anchor breakout, prevents motor stalling, and ensures compliance with classification rules. Here are the anchor seabed breakout force, practical engineering table. Anchor winches are regulated by classification societies and international bodies to ensure vessel safety and operational reliability. IMO. SALAS requires reliable anchoring equipment for vessel safety. IACS. Unified requirements for anchoring equipment strength. DNV specifies minimum winch line pull and recovery capability. ABS requires winch capacity to break anchor free from seabed. Lloyd's Register verifies anchor handling under worst seabed conditions. The anchor windlass shall be capable of breaking the anchor free from the seabed and heaving it up under service conditions. Key takeaways. Beyond simple lifting, anchor recovery is not just lifting weight, multiple forces must be considered. Seabed suction controls design. Seabed suction often controls winch size, and can exceed anchor weight by 2 to 4 times. Chain weight matters. Chain weight contributes significantly to total load, especially in deep water. Safety factors required. Safety factors are mandatory to account for dynamic loads and equipment wear. Undersizing has consequences. Undersized winches lead to stalled recovery or equipment failure. Here are the anchor type versus breakout force. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see additional analysis including, subscribe and stay tuned for the next video in this series.